Hey Year 12, I thought I would come back to this section of the notes and just put a supplementary video in here for using your calculator in stat mode. Okay, because it's easy to forget these things. It might be handy to be able to come back and look these up every now and again. So, what I'm going to look at first is the sharp. Now, I have a bit of an emulator here on the screen that works in a very similar way to the calculator that you have if you have a sharp calculator. Okay, I also have a Casio here. My emulator isn't working, so all I've got is my physical calculator, but I'll show you and talk you through that. First thing I want to look at with sharp is how to clear all the memory. Okay, reset it back to 0. So we are going to go, right, this memory clear here. Second function is going to access the red functions here and alpha. Okay, that brings up this little message here, memory reset, yes please, 1. Okay. And we've reset the memory, there's nothing in there, it's not in stat mode anymore. Now, it's always important to sort of reset it, to set it up when beginning. Of course on the sharp, you can jam a pen in the back of it somewhere and reset it that way as well. Can't do that in the Casio, can on the sharp. Now, put it in stat mode, so press mode, 1 for stats, and the 0th option there, option 0 there, is going to work for us just fine. Okay, now it says stats, we're in stat mode. We have scores and frequencies, so I need to put in both of those figures, scores and frequencies. Right, we do that like this. I put my score in first, 2, then I press this store button. You see there in red above it, there's a comma, 2, and that's going to bring the comma up, 2, and then memory plus. So that's 2 store 2 memory plus, and that has put in 2 2s essentially. Now I'm going to put in the 3, so I go 3 store 4 memory plus. Okay, so that's put the second row in my table. There are now 6 scores in there essentially. Right, 2 2s and 4 3s. Keep going. 4 store 1 memory plus, 5 store 3 memory plus, and 6 store 5 memory plus. Okay. Now that's our 5 rows, that's good. There's my 5 there. I can press clear here, on clear. Yep, press clear. So it goes back to 0, but that's saved in the memory. Now I want the mean, right? Oh, that's why I'm doing this, to calculate the mean at the moment. So the mean here, x with the bar above it, and where is that here on our calculator? It's in green above the 4. So to access the green functions, alpha, and then 4, right? The mean equals 4.3 recurring. Okay, that's what we got there, 4.3 recurring. Now, median mode, you can't really work out on this calculator. The mode's very easy to read off. You look for the highest frequency. The median, you've just got to put them in order, and they're kind of in order there already. Work out where the middle one is. Okay. We'll have a look in a moment. The Casio does make it possible to find some of those things. Now, and clear that, and look, good habit to get into is to clear all of that to reset it. So second function alpha, just as a reminder, 1 for reset. Okay. Now that's done. Let's try it again with Casio. Right, this is an FX82AU plus 2. Okay, the old plus, right, without the 2 on the end. Oops, without the 2 on the end. Right, doesn't quite do all exactly the same functions. But if you've got a fairly new calculator, it might be a plus 2. Right, it's very handy when we're doing these things. There are a couple of shortcuts. So first of all, to reset it, right, to clear anything that might be saved in the memory already, we press Shift. Listen carefully because I can't show you very well. Shift 9 3 equals AC. Shift 9 3 equals AC is going to reset everything on there. Now we need to put it into stat mode, right, for univariate data and with a frequency column. So we press the mode button, right? That's up here. Mode. We want option 2 that says stat. Right, you can see on mine, just be careful. If you've got a different model, some of these menus are different, but I want the stat. So 2, then we get all of these things here. Right, lots of things there, and I want that first one, 1 variable. Right, it should look like this. Okay, so now I have a column, that's great. Like a really brief table there, but I want a frequency column as well. So to do that, I need to press Shift mode. It takes me to the setup. Right, then I need to scroll down using this big blue button in the middle. I need to scroll down through that big busy menu, scroll down once, and then I've got an option 3 stat. Can you see that there? 3. Righto, we've got that frequency on or off, 1 to turn it on, and now I have, now I have score and frequency. Now I put that information in, so 2 and equals is like the enter button. So I prefer to put all the scores in first. 2 equals, 3 equals, 4 equals, 5 equals, 6 equals. Then use your arrows to navigate back to the top of the other column. 2 equals, 4 equals, 1 equals, 3 equals, 5 equals. Right, now, again, look, one of the things I like about the Casio is that you can scroll up and down and you can see that data in the table. You can see if you've accidentally pressed 11 instead of 1 or something like that. That happens. Right, so I can see those a little bit easier. I can scroll up and down. I can change things if I need to. Right, I know it's easier to see if I've made a mistake. Now, we need to press AC to get rid of that table off the screen. Right, the orange AC button. Press AC, right. It looks like everything's gone, except we still have a 0 down the bottom there. That's a reminder that we're in stat mode. Now, Shift 1 gets us to stats. I remember this is where some of the different models definitely vary. We want option 4 here. Right, see option 4, it's VAR. Right, it's that VAR menu that we need. And option 1 is going to tell us how many scores there are. Yeah, I can work that out. Option 2 tells us the mean, that's the X with the bar above it. Option 3 here gives us the population standard deviation, and 4 gives us a sample standard deviation. Right, don't worry about 4. We might use 3 later on, but right now we want to use option 2. So press 2 and equals, and it gives me my 4.3 recurring. Okay, now just one extra thing, because the Casio does do this, can make some things easier. Press all clear again. Go back to your stats, Shift 1, right, to get to stats there. Right, remember this menu here? Remember this menu here? I said this is a bit different. Now it's in option 5 here, that min max, where this calculator is a bit different. Press option 5, and you'll see in there that I can get the minimum, the maximum, Q1, the median, Q3, right? You might remember that as your 5-number summary. 5-number summary for a box and whisker plot, perhaps. Right, well, option 4 here on this particular calculator, median, 4 gives me the median of that data. Sometimes that makes life a bit easier, right? It is a board-approved calculator, so you're allowed to do this equals 5. Righto? Now, we worked out anyway that's 5. You've got to be able to do that if you've got a Sharp, because your calculator does not have that function. But if you've got the Casio, you might as well use it. Okay, if you've already put the data in for the mean, might as well use that. Okay, hope this has been helpful. I won't be there in class this afternoon, I'm afraid. But if you need some advice, there will be somebody to help you. Check it out, and you can always send me a message. Okay, cheers.